Welcome back, everyone, here to Bronx Talks. Today, got a very special video for you guys. We are going to be talking about important decisions the Yankees have to make here down the stretch. Obviously, the Yankees got a lot of players on the injured list, although the Yankees keep winning ball games and keep winning series, which is very good. But some of these players are going to be coming back fairly soon, fairly quickly, which brings up the question, what roster moves are the Yankees going to have to make? And a lot of them are tough choices. Christian, let's start off with the starting rotation.
Yeah, so the two big guys that are out, Carlos Rodon and Luis Severino, Frankie Montas kind of just penciling him out. I don't even know if he'll be back this year, but Rodon and Sevy should be coming back soon. I think Rodon maybe like 2 to 3 weeks, Sevy maybe a little later. But the question is, what do you do when they come back? Who gets the boot out of the rotation? I think to begin the season, every Yankee fan would have probably said, Johnny Brito, you're definitely gone. And then whoever's pitching better, either Clark Schmidt or Herman, gets to stay in the rotation. Now I think the script is completely flipped. Johnny Brito has pitched phenomenal in his two starts. And granted, it's two starts, but look, when you're doing as much as you can in the limited opportunities, that's really all you can ask for. And Clark Schmidt has been bad, Ryan.
Yeah.
And look, I
Yeah.
get you have a bad start every now and then, but even like the balls have been getting smoked off him. Anytime he gets into pressure, he completely folds.
Yeah.
I don't like it at all what I'm seeing.
Yeah, he doesn't look good against lefties. But a guy like Johnny Brito, who's just pitched really well. I mean, he showed a lot of guts on the third game of the year against the Giants, coming into a packed house, Yankee Stadium, and throwing 5 shutout innings. His stuff looks really good. The Orioles are a pretty good hitting team, and he shut them down. Showed some poise, got in a little bit of trouble, was able to get out of it. Um, but Johnny Brito, his sinker's very good. A lot of MLB scouts say his changeup is above average. So if you, so if Johnny Brito keeps pitching the way he's pitching, you can't leave him out of the rotation. You just can't. And I think it would really strengthen the Yankees' rotation if you kept a guy like Johnny Brito in there and maybe find another role for Clark Schmidt, whether that's be in the bullpen till a guy like Trevino or Tommy Kahnle gets back, or just send him down. But there's no way at this point in time you can keep Johnny Brito out of the rotation in my mind. As far as Domingo Germán, he's only had one start. He pitched okay. There's not much information, too much stuff to look at when it comes to Domingo Germán so far. But Domingo Germán is sort of a veteran. He's been in the big leagues for a little bit now. So you know what you're going to get with him. He definitely has the experience. But I would really like the Yankees to go with a guy like Johnny Brito in the rotation.
Yeah, no, he's been nothing short of amazing. And Clark Schmidt, I just get worried because I don't know. I don't really know what they do with him then if he's not starting games. I really thought he was going to thrive in this role, and he has done the opposite. And he could turn it around. It's just two starts, but
I mean,
uh,
Christian, if you look at his numbers from last year, he had like a low three ERA in the bullpen. So until a guy like Trevino or Kahnle comes back, considering Rodon will be ready by the end of the month, early May, I think you could put Schmidt in the bullpen. They might have to send someone down like Ian Hamilton or something like that, but we'll find out. But like I said, if a guy like Hamilton keeps pitching well, you got to keep him on the roster. So there's a lot of interchangeable parts, and it's going to be a big decision for the Yankees.
yeah, I will say the low 3 ERA in the bullpen, like that didn't come from like high leverage spots. That was
No, it did not. It
6-1
did
ball
not.
game. You throw Clark Schmidt in, he eats 3 innings. So, um, yeah, I don't really know what you do with Clark Schmidt. Let's move to the hitting side. Harrison Bader is currently on the IL, as well as Josh Donaldson, who just went down. And Franchy Cordero has been playing out of his mind, getting a lot of attention. What do you do when Harrison Bader comes back? What do you do when Josh Donaldson comes back?
Well, when Josh Donaldson comes back, no biggie there. You're just gonna, I think, send down Willie Calhoun. I think that's the easy decision there. Um, when Harrison Bader comes back, it's gonna be very interesting. But if Franchi Cordero keeps playing like this, he's gonna earn himself a lot more playing time and could even find his way in not necessarily a starting role, but sort of a role where he can play 3, 4 times a week, which is sort of the role he's been in now lately. But Franchi Cordero has been playing really, really well. And there's no doubt in my mind when Harrison Bader comes back, I assume middle May, end of May, or whatever. Um, and if Aaron Hicks is struggling and Franchi Cordero is playing really, really well, I think they'll just cut ties with Hicks because it would not be a good look for this organization to just send down Franchi Cordero and have a struggling Hicks on the roster. Franchi Cordero can play all three outfield positions, and he's a much better hitter. So I definitely do think the Yankees will just get rid of Hicks. But I'm really excited and I'm really happy with what I've seen from Franchi Cordero. I love his lefty power bat. I think he plays a good presence in that Yankees lineup, and he looks really good in the outfield. So I think it was a great addition by Brian Cashman to bring in Franchi Cordero. And I really like what I see from him so far. And if he keeps playing like this, he should definitely stay on the roster. And yeah, definitely stay on the roster. And I think he could be a big piece for this team later in the season.
Yeah, and I will say I actually am confident that the Yankees will do the right thing with him because his exit velocity numbers are crazy, and I know that's really attractive to them. And they don't really have that many lefty bats, so I think he's definitely going to get a shot. I don't think they're just going to like totally jip him one day and say you're going to the minors. So I think
No.
he's going to keep getting run until he cools off, or if he cools off, I should say. And then from there uh he'll probably just be sneaking playing time, and then either Hicks, IKF is off the roster. So I guess this might be the year where they finally pull the plug on Hicks. IKF, it's a little more of a different situation because he kind of brings more to the table. But I mean, one of them, if Franchi keeps playing well, they have to cut the cord.
Yeah, and I think the Yankees will cut the cord. I know a lot of fans have been frustrated with the whole Hicks saga, myself included. A lot of people are surprised he's made it this far. But listen, the Yankees are a very smart organization. They're a very well run organization. And if Franchi Cordero is playing out of his mind and Aaron Hicks is struggling, they're going to go with Franchi. That's the bottom line. And they'll get rid of Hicks because Franchi brings so much more value to the team than Hicks right now. But, Hicks also has a shot too. It's not totally the end for Hicks. I mean, if he wants to stay on this roster and stay with the Yankees, you got to go out there and prove it. You got to go out there and prove it. Got to go out there and perform. There's not much time left. But, if Hicks plays really, really well, maybe he gets a shot, but we'll find out.